Brought Jared Lewis on today so we can talk about our running journey for 2024. This was the very first year that we decided to run races, to actually run races. We've always been running since we met, like 2014? Chill out. So since like 2014, 2015, we've been running consistently. Well, we've been running since 2014, 2015, using the Nike Run app. And so at the beginning of this year, I decided, hey, look, I want to run some races. I've always wanted to run races, but I really didn't know like how to get into it. And so my friend Adriana, shout out to Adriana. My friend Adriana, she and her husband had already run a race or so before. And so we were talking one day and I was just telling her, this year I'm going to be running, girl. I want to run some races. I want to lose some weight and I want to look good. And so she ended up sending me a link for a race in Hattiesburg. And mind you, this is in January. Jared Lewis and I had never run a race before. I don't know what possessed me in my mind to sign us up for a half marathon. But like in February, I ended up signing up and I signed up for a half marathon. If you do not know what a half marathon is, it's like 13 point what?
Something miles.
13 point something miles. So yeah, I had lost my mind, but I was determined. And of course, I brought Jared Lewis along with me and he was down for it. Jared, what you gotta tell people about your running journey?
Well, I mean, it was good. On my 13K, I learned a lot. So when I run, I actually think, and I think I ran my 13K with no headphones. So,
oh yeah, you did.
One thing I learned in that race was, like, it doesn't really matter how you start, and I mean sometimes it don't really matter how you finish, but as long as you do finish. And then some people have different paces, so I learned that in life. As I was running, I was like, oh, some people go slow, some people go fast. They all finish. They all get to their goal that they're trying to accomplish. So it just made me think about life. Like, some people go fast in life, some people move slow in life. But as long as you get to whatever your goal is, then you've done what you're supposed to do.
Oh, well, thank you so much for all of that wisdom. I run with headphones, so I'm like... So I'm listening to music the whole time I'm running. Now, granted, I have a mixed playlist, and I think the title of the playlist is like, You Better Run, Girl. But I have a mixed playlist, and I'm listening to gospel, country, upbeat music. So yeah, that's what we rolling with, okay, during my running. But let's see. Adriana ended up finding, because I did not know how this process works. Adriana ended up, I called her and I'm like, girl, what are we supposed to be doing? How am I supposed to be training for these? This is da-da-da. And so she went online, she found a plan, she sent me the plan. And so I started using that plan. And then according to the training plan, I was supposed to have been, I think we were supposed to have been running races, but we weren't running any. So like we had long runs and stuff and we were doing that on our parkway, but we weren't running any races or anything. So there was a race coming up in March and it was a 10K. And so it hit right along the time with the training plan. And so I ended up signing us up for that 10K and it was fun. We saw people that we actually knew and we finished it. I think my time was like 1:17, and so that was pretty good. So a 10K is like 6 point something miles. So we ended up running that 10K in March, and then in April we ended up running the half marathon. And so the 10K was not too bad. The half marathon, I'm not gonna say that it was terrible for me, but yeah, I finished it. That was the goal. So the goal of all this year, of all of the races that we've run, was just to finish the races. That's all I was trying to do. And so we ended up finishing that half marathon, and then we did a watermelon race. Did they call it like a watermelon race? It was a watermelon something. Yes.
But that was like what, 5K?
Yep. So the watermelon race ended up being like a 5K. And it was fun. We also saw some people that we knew. And then that's so crazy because I didn't even know that the watermelon race was coming up. Jared Lewis and I were at the golf course and we ended up running into some old friends. And he and his wife told us about the watermelon. CJ and them. They ended up telling us about the watermelon race. And so I signed up for it while we were out there on the golf course. We ended up running that and it was super fun. That one, you know what? That one was actually hard. It was a 5K, but it was full of hills. That one was terrible. Yeah, it was bad. I was not prepared for the hills. And then also, we had been out of training. We had been training like consistently. Yeah, always. But I had not been training consistently. So that one was not good. And then, what was the next one? Oh, and then the last one. So that was 3. And so the very last one, we just finished up our running journey or running season for this year. Race season. We just finished up our race season on Thanksgiving Day. We ran the Turkey Day 8K, which was, I mean, technically it's 4-point-something miles, but
4.9.
my watch ended up saying 5 miles. So I'm going to say I ran 5 miles. So we ran the Turkey Day 8K, and it was not bad. The weather was a little bit cooler. I prefer running during hotter seasons. I think I perform a little bit better when it's hot outside. So yeah, it was not bad. I was testing out my Garmin watch. So I was running all the previous races. I had already ran them with my Apple Watch. Everybody who knows me, I live and die by Apple Watch. But I was already running them and I had my Apple Watch, and so I was just using that. But I wanted to try out the Garmin because I did some research, and so it was supposed to be a better watch in terms of like functionality for training purposes when you're running. And so I was trying this out, and I ran with my Apple Watch and my Garmin watch on each arm. And so they both said 5 miles, and the Garmin just seems like it was a little bit more accurate in terms of like me reaching a mile faster, and the feedback that it was giving me. So yeah, let's see what else. What essentials have you had to get during your running journey? Have you had to get any essentials?
Yeah.
Tell people, don't be shy.
I ain't telling them that.
You never know. There may be some husbands who end up watching this and they need to know.
Well, you gotta get the right
garments,
like some little silk type, because the regular ones,
dry fit.
Cotton, yeah, dry fit, because the cotton, it'll scratch, like the friction scratch, and then you'll be sore. So it's good to get like the dry fit ones. Or
the correct pair. Let's just say that because, So yeah, so the correct undergarments. And is there anything else you had to get? Oh, you changed headphones for the last one.
Yeah, but I didn't change that to run.
I know, but you changed it and it was
so
better.
The last one I did use headphones and it was better. But my diet has been better too, so I think next year the runs will be easier because my diet is better. Mm-hmm. Oh, but I gotta tell... well, it's probably close. Go ahead.
Okay. So, let's see. Some other running essentials I've had to get. I went to Fleet Feet and they ended up, I guess you'd call it analyzing my feet. So they put me on the little scale thing that they do, and so they scanned my feet and all of that, and so they gave me suggestions in terms of the best or proper shoes to wear if I'm going to be running. And so they have, and I did learn this, I did not know this, so they do have shoes based on the type of running that you're going to be doing. So if you're going to be doing trail running or distance running or little short sprints, like they have different shoes for it. And so they gave me the proper shoes, and mind you, they were not cheap. Okay, so I just want to let you know they were a little steep for me. Anything over $120 is steep for me because I'm very conservative.
Did they charge you like to measure your feet? Or
no, that part is free.
What if you just want to go and not buy the shoes? It's still free?
Yeah, that's part free. So check out Fleet Feet if you are considering buying some new running shoes. Also, I had been running in... So first I was running in my AirPods. During the half marathon, I ran in my AirPods. Oh, during the 10K, I ran in my AirPods. And so it messed up during the 10K, during the half marathon. One of them went out. I knew that I was going to have to get some type of headphones, but I didn't know what kind I was going to get. Did some research, and I ended up getting some Beats. Jerry Lewis bought me some new Beats, and I like those, but they, I guess, like, my ears are bigger or something, but either way it go, they would smash my ears right here, and so it was hurting a little bit if I have them on too long. And now, during this last run, I ended up getting the shocks. I wish I could think about which ones they are. I'm going to show you a picture. But I got the shocks, the one that wrap around your ear, and, like, they have bone induction, maybe? So they sit here. They don't actually go in your ear. They wrap around your ear and then they sit here. I ran in those during this last run and it was awesome. I like them. So yes, I'm going to be running in those during the next year. Our first run for next year is starting...
Well, your first one, because you didn't pay for mine.
Oh, yeah. So my first run is going to be in February. If Jerry Lewis decides to pay for his run, it's also going to be in February. But I told him this year I'm not paying for any of his runs. He's going to be paying for all of his runs this year. But yes, it's been really fun. I've really enjoyed it. I've lost a total of 12. I've lost a total of 13 pounds this year, but... yeah, I still got to go for next year. And then the goal for next year in terms of the running is to beat my times from this year. So the 10K, and I'm going to be running a 10K in February 22nd. The 10K I ran in 1 hour and 17 minutes. I'm going to be trying to run it in 1 hour and 10 minutes. And so that's going to be progress for me, and I'm looking forward to that. But I do plan to do more running, and eventually I'll work up to a marathon, but I'm just not there yet.
You doing a marathon this year?
I don't know. I hadn't thought that far. I just know that I'm running a 10K in February, okay?
So when you do the marathon, how long is it supposed to be? Like 5 hours?
I don't know, man. It's like 26 miles, though.
How many times you got to use the bathroom? Like, you might have to actually...
Oh, let me tell you something. That's something else. See, I probably got to
use it. You probably had to eat the night before. You probably have to practice for like days in advance to check on your restroom schedule. You might have to eat. Like
See, if you training the way you're supposed to be training. See, let me tell you something. Jerry Lewis don't train the way he's supposed to train. Never. He don't never train the way he's supposed to train. I be doing all the training. He don't train and then he show up and then just run. I already know that ain't good for his body, but that's what he keep doing. That's why next year. Look. That's why I said next year I ain't paying for none of his runs. He just gonna have to do it. If he want to keep running with me, if he want to keep encouraging me and supporting me, because see, that's what support looks like. But yeah, so
I need some financial support to pay for my runs.
So something that I learned about myself during this running process is I have to prepare, and I already knew that about me, but I have to prepare, I have to train, and then also I have to be mentally ready. Like, I gotta get my mind together. I could not.
Why are you doing this?
I don't know, because I'm trying to think right now. I cannot. Jerry Lewis can just come out and run. I can't do that. Like, it'll stress me out too bad. So I have to just be mentally ready and prepared for this. And it's a process. But I also have to go to the restroom, because, we have long runs, and every single time I have to use the restroom, not like, like poop or anything, but I have to use the bathroom so much and early on. So yeah, that's how our running journey has been.
Oh, I want to say something too, because
what you want to say?
Like you said, we were always running and all that, so we could have been doing runs. We just didn't want to try. So for people who like, I don't know if I want to try, it ain't that too. You just get out there and run. If you can't run, just walk. Like, it be people walking too. So
that's true.
But once you see all it is to it, then it ain't that to it. So like since we did a 13 marathon,
marathon,
half marathon, 13 miles. Like, I ain't stopping for no runs under 13 miles. I just can't, because I know I can run 13. So
13 straight too.
Yeah, 13 straight.
And
2 hours 55 minutes.
And so something else, I would encourage any wife, if you want to run and you want your husband to run with you, and up front he's probably not for it, pay for his run.
Well,
Encourage
if you want
him.
to keep running with you probably gotta keep paying.
Listen,
for it. It's like a
listen.
lifetime.
Lily.
I just need a lifetime run membership with you.
Well, look, babe, you know I ain't got no money you ain't got. Everything you own, all your stuff in mine. Your money, my money, my money, my money. So yes, that's what we gonna go with. But I would encourage you, grab your spouse, grab your husband, grab your wife, and go for a run. Y'all can start off easy. You can just start off walking together, and that'll be fun. It builds intimacy, it builds connection, it is support, it is encouragement, and I know you guys will enjoy it. I hope this is helpful to someone. Bye for now.
Bye for now.